Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Jeff Dudan and we are on the home front. And today we're exploring something that's reshaping the way businesses engage with their customers, TikTok. Now you might think TikTok is just a space for viral dances and quick videos, but it has evolved into a massive marketing tool, one that smart brands are using to fuel their growth and build strong communities.
I'm Sophie Lightning and it's a beautiful day out. Let's blast the brand new N series Nerf blasters.
Now listen, as a self-admitted boomer trying to figure out TikTok, I'm not claiming to be an expert here. I'm still trying to figure out how these 15-second videos turn into business gold. But one thing I do know is the power of social media, and it's clear that TikTok is leading the charge. Thankfully, after speaking with Sophie Lightning, who's not just a TikTok influencer, but also the chief TikTok officer for Nerf, I picked up some tips that are actually working.
I love the preparation right there. That's the N series.
I walked out of my office for this podcast and I got smacked in the side of the head with this today. So
I think that's the brand new award. Pretty new blaster, yeah.
How does it work?
Yep, you pull it back, pull the trigger.
Oh.
One dart at a time.
Oh, jeez, it's got a lot of pop.
They've come a long way.
It's got a lot going. Oh yeah.
And that, I mean, that's on the weaker category too of things.
Sorry again. Anyway, Sophie has been helping brands like Nerf reach massive audiences with content that's fun, relatable, and authentic. Today, I'll break down some of the key strategies that Sophie shared with me and how you can start leveraging TikTok to grow your business, whether you're just getting started or you're scaling up. So let's jump right into it. TikTok has become so much more than just a space for viral trends. It's now a marketing powerhouse, and businesses that understand its potential are seeing explosive growth. One of the things that Sophie Lightning emphasized during our conversation was how TikTok rewards authenticity.
If you're really trying too hard, people will know. That's my biggest piece of advice. Don't try too hard to be relatable. Don't try too hard to be trendy because people are going to call you out. So just be authentic and real. Like that influencer marketing of incorporating product. That's what I got Forbes 30 under 30 for. So this is like my area where I love talking about this. So typically it's in the back of my mind, right? So you want to try to hit as many boxes as you can. Give people different reasons to remain on that video. But a lot of times what will happen is we'll have an influencer who is already making content, and then we want to seamlessly integrate a product and that product knowledge into the video to the point where people are commenting, I didn't even know this was an ad. This didn't even feel like an ad. So if we're trying to push something like link in bio, that's going to be a little bit of a different, we're going to have a call to action in there, but the video itself still needs to feel authentic to the channel and not like they were just paid to do it. Not like they kind of sold their soul in that situation. So It has to relate to the creator who's doing it as well.
That's what makes TikTok different. Unlike other platforms where you might need polished content, TikTok thrives on being relatable and approachable. Brands that show their human side, whether through behind-the-scenes content or fun, lighthearted moments, those are the ones that stand out. One of the most fascinating insights Sophie shared with me was about how TikTok enables creators and brands to connect with niche communities.
Engaging with that community, I would say, reply to as many comments as possible, listen to what they're saying. If they suggest a video, that's not bad. That's not like stealing from them. Give them credit and make that video if a lot of people are asking for it. Like some of my most successful content has been completely from the fans. Here's what we want to see. Here's our favorite content. Like, please post this more, and really listening and using that.
This is something businesses should take to heart. You don't need to appeal to everyone to be successful on TikTok. Instead, use the platform's algorithm to target micro communities who are passionate about what you offer. Sophie did this with her game-related content, and her followers became incredibly loyal. For brands, this means creating content that speaks directly to your audience's interests and building strong, genuine connections. Now, we can't talk about TikTok without discussing its power for organic growth. I was really intrigued when Sophie described how quickly businesses can go viral on TikTok without spending a dime on ads.
It's a completely different app than when it started, and it is definitely becoming incredibly useful on marketing teams. I always say that you're missing out. It's going to become table stakes. If you're not on TikTok, it's equal to not being on Instagram, which has become, I feel like almost every brand at least has an Instagram presence. So that front of it, the ability to just reach this incredibly large untapped group of possible consumers and people who are engaging with your content is nothing that we've seen on a different platform. Just that one video really can reach these exceptionally high view counts, and the algorithm is just really, really intelligent when it comes to placing the correct content on the right feeds. It's really special, and it's also really changed how brands show up in a lot of ways. They do get to be that more real, less produced, a bit more cynical, silly, a type of content where we feel a little bit more humanized and can connect with the brand on a different level, which I think is so important, and is just going to become continually more prevalent. We see it on X, formerly known as Twitter right now. A lot of brands being as, trying to be as relatable as possible, and that's just going to continue to grow.
TikTok's algorithm is designed to surface content that resonates with viewers, regardless of your follower count. So even small businesses have the chance to get their message out to millions. If you're a business owner, you should be asking yourself, what can I share that's authentic and engaging? It could be a behind-the-scenes look at your operations, or something as simple as showing the process of creating your product. Now, let's talk about ads. While TikTok is fantastic for organic growth, their advertising platform is also incredibly effective when done right. Sophie talked about how ads on TikTok can feel less like traditional ads and more like authentic content. Talk to me about the use of dollars. Is there a lot of boosting? Is the boosting something that is like, well, if you can get it organically, then that's always going to be better, but you can maybe buy your way into play? Or how does that work on TikTok?
Yeah, so this one grinds my gears sometimes. You can't force it. You really, you can't force it. I don't care how many times you throw something in people's face. If they don't want to watch it, they're not going to watch it. So I always say, if it's performing above benchmark of the channel, then that's performing well organically, in my opinion. Then we can talk about putting paid behind it, because we know that once people see it, they're engaging with it and watching it. So if we have a video that has a 20% engagement rate, that's great. I want to send that out to people. I want to continue that conversation. But I'm not going to put out a video, even if I love it, right? Even if I love it, if it's not performing well, I'm not going to just throw money at it and kind of hope and pray for the best. A lot of times what that money is actually going towards is the user-generated content or in-house content creators. So to come and make that content or to repurpose it. And I also love, influencer collaborations as well. So it's always a good combo, a little media mix. But yeah, never boost something that just because you want to put out for a campaign. Like if we're doing a campaign for a product launch, I'm making 5 or 6 videos and then seeing which one performs best and then putting spend behind it.
Before we wrap up, let me give you a few quick tips that Sophie shared with me during our conversation. Number 1, keep it real short. TikTok thrives on short form content that's engaging and fun, and make sure you're creating videos that get to the point quickly. Number 2, use trends to your advantage. Sophie told me that hopping on trending sounds and hashtags can really boost your visibility. 3, collaborate with the right influencers. As Sophie said, influencers who align with your brand can help amplify your message in a more authentic way. And number 4, post regularly and engage with your community and stay top of mind. Consistency matters, and TikTok rewards it. TikTok has evolved into one of the most powerful marketing tools available today. As Sophie Lightning demonstrated, it's all about authenticity, niche engagement, and understanding the platform's unique dynamics. If you haven't yet explored TikTok for your business, now might be the time. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of On the Homefront. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe and share it with your network. Until next time, keep building, keep growing, and remember, authenticity is everything. Thanks for listening.